Hello, everybody. Today we are talking about Sun's transit in Scorpio. This appears very good at first glance because Sun is moving out of debilitation and into its friend sign of Scorpio. However, this is where Ketu is. And this is where two eclipses are going to take place. And there is going to be a Gandanta transit of the sun. So let us Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking about Sun's transit in Scorpio. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. There's a lot of information coming. I'm going to be talking about the two eclipses. I'm going to be talking about what is going to happen on 2021, many different things. So you don't want to miss out. So remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. Also, just a reminder to you that the early bird of my courses, I do live courses every year from March 2021. There are 4 different courses to choose from. You can look it up on my website, komilla.com, and I have a link below that you can study the syllabus and everything. There are 4 courses from foundation level to advanced, and advanced is on SHODASHA this time. So these are serious live, where I'm in person courses are there. So do check that out. And 21st November is the early bird. So let us explore Sun in Scorpio. On 15th of November, Sun goes into Scorpio and remains there till 15th of December. So the two Sankrantis, usually the 15th November Sankranti is always considered a very important Sankranti because the Sun moves out of its debilitation and into friend sign of Scorpio. So, meditate on it. Think about what to expect in the coming month. What are your plans for it? Because wherever the sun is, that area of your chart is being highlighted. So sun is like a spotlight, and it's putting the spotlight on that area of your chart. I'll talk about it a bit later about this. And then, however, Ketu is there. So we are going to have 2 eclipses. So normally the eclipse takes place when there is new moon or full moon in the signs where Rahu Ketu are placed. So the first eclipse we will get will be a full moon eclipse, which is in Taurus, and that will be on 30th of November. Actually, here in California, where I'm living, the eclipse will be visible on 29th of night, 30th night. And this is a wide-ranging lunar eclipse, and I will be making a separate video on how it affects you. But this is a wide-ranging lunar eclipse, and it is going to be connected to USA, Canada, Asia, parts of India, parts of Europe. So a number of places, South America, all these places, the eclipse will be visible. Normally with the lunar eclipse, things happen instantly. Many of these eclipses are world events, but obviously if you have a planet that is close to the eclipse, or you're born around 29th, 30th of November, then this is quite an important eclipse for you because there's some immediate changes. And for all of us, generally the eclipse time is when emotionally the energy is a bit disturbed, and you can, especially with the lunar eclipse, you can feel emotionally unsettled. And then the solar eclipse is on 14th of December, and this is almost near the Gandanta. The sun is not the Gandanta, it's 28 degrees 59 minutes of Scorpio. And of course, if your birthday is 14th, 15th of December, then you're very close to the eclipse. Don't be afraid of the eclipse. They are about transformational energies. So transformation can be for good as well. But often it is unexpected, and the sun being so close to Gandanta, it is, something unsettled energy. People in power, those who are existing in power, can be unsettled as well. So they need to be careful around that time. Solar eclipses impact lasts for a long time. And of course, if you have a Scorpio, Taurus, ascendant, sun, moon, then these eclipses, which are going to carry on for another 2 sets of eclipses in June 2021 and December, they are all in Taurus Scorpio axis. So you can expect some change in your life. And also, if you have your ascendant ruler placed there or moon ruler placed there, so you can expect some changes. They don't always happen on the day of the eclipse. The day of the eclipse is just a disturbed energy, and we should all be conscious of it. So 14th of December is the solar eclipse. And then there's a Sun-Ketu conjunction on 12th of December that you all need to watch out for. And later on, immediately after the eclipse, Sun goes into Gandanta on 14th itself, and then it will cross Gandanta 14th, 15th, and the Sankranti into Sagittarius is Gandanta as well. So this transit of Sun is not so settled and not so easy because of the eclipses and the Ketu combination. And Ketu is always more spiritual energy. So we have to, in a way, put our ambitions on hold for the next month. And those of you, who are thinking of planning something, you have to think this is not the easiest time. And let us wait. Even after the eclipse, there's the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. So it's better to wait after the 21st, 22nd of December. Even though every day may not be unsettled, because as soon as Sun goes into Scorpio, it may be quite easy till the eclipse comes. But I would say that this month, plan for it to be unsettled, take balancing action, be careful about any of the choices you make, and especially if you are ruled by the sun, that means a Leo sun or Leo moon, then this is a unsettled time for you. And of course, as I said, Scorpio, Taurus, this is where the energy is manifesting. So how does it affect you? So first, most important thing is that we are looking at from your moon sign and your ascendant. So both are important, and if the things, say you have a moon in Scorpio and ascendant in Scorpio, then it's a double transit taking place. Otherwise, moon is your mind and ascendant is your physical self, what is happening. Both are equally important and should be studied. Aries, the sun in Scorpio is your 8th house. So just that transit usually is not the easiest one for you. There is some change, transformation. Remember that sun goes into Scorpio every year. So it's not that way a big transit normally. And Scorpio is also house of research, secret knowledge, secret wealth. But there can be some desire to transform yourself, change yourself. So keep that in mind. But this year, because Ketu is in Scorpio, therefore you are getting that joint impact of Sun Ketu. So, and the eclipse is also in your 8th house. So it is a transformative aspect, and be very conscious of it. Taurus, of course, Rahu is transiting Taurus and Ketu is in your 7th house. So these eclipses, this one specifically is in the 7th house of partnership relationships, and the lunar eclipse on 30th of November, 29th, 30th November is in your ascendant or moon sign. So these are changeable times, and as Taurus, you don't like change and you resist it actually, because Taurus is a fixed sign. So you need to be conscious of it, and also your ruling planet Venus will be part of the eclipse. Do watch my eclipse video, which is going to follow in the next few days. I'll be talking more about it, but the self and the others are first, 7th house. Think about, December as a more unsettled time, late November to December, so you are being very cautious of it. Gemini, the sun is in Scorpio. Scorpio is your 6th house. It deals with health and healing, and actually Mercury also comes into Scorpio after, I think, 27th of November. So the solar eclipse is in Scorpio, lunar eclipse is in Taurus, which is your 12th house. So 12th house is house of expenses, house of loss, wasteful effort. So be conscious of this. And also sun is really shining the light on your health and healing. So, be conscious and look after your health. Think about what is it that you can improve. Every year around this time, sun comes there. And although 6th house transit is regarded as quite good because it's overcoming opposition as well, and overcoming situations. So it's not all challenging, but this is like a disturbed energy time that we have to be careful. Cancer, sun is moving into your 5th house, so highlighting children, creativity, good ideas, purva punya, past life, good fortune. But Ketu is also there. So you do need to think about Ketu and the eclipses. And the eclipse is in your 5th house, and the lunar eclipse is in your 11th house. Rahu is okay there, but we are concentrating on the sun here for this class. So Rahu is in the 11th, giving money and opportunities, but Ketu in the 5th, maybe with your kids, the highlight, they may be going through some changes. There can be some challenges with them that you have to think about, and especially on the day of the eclipses, to be extra careful about them. Leo, of course, sun is involved in both the eclipses. Normally for Leo, Scorpio transit is very good. It's going into the 4th house. You feel happy, you feel content, stronger than what you felt last month. But this year for Leo, ascendant or moon, because Scorpio sun is with Ketu, and Ketu is in Scorpio, that means that it is not the most settled time. And the eclipses for you, the lunar eclipse is going to take place in the 10th house of career, solar eclipse in the 4th house of home. So you feel your home life is disturbed. It could be that you're traveling, or you feel just emotionally unsettled. So for you, I would say especially the 2 eclipses are important to watch out for. And then the Sun-Ketu conjunction, which is on 12th of December. You feel like rejecting everything. You can feel very rejected at times. But you see, Sun-Ketu happens once a year. It's just that Sun-Ketu, always brings eclipses. So that is always a sensitive time to watch out for. Virgo, sun is in your 3rd house of self-effort. What should I do? What action I should take? And Mercury is also going to join it by 27th of November and will be partaking in both the eclipses. So answer to that would be that this month is to keep quiet, not to take any aggression or active action, because what happens is that your thinking, your ideas are not clear as yet. There's too much confusion. not really aware what is happening, not getting the right advice. And also you can think about the internal advice that you're getting. So it is better to say this is a month to pass the time and to actually be very cautious in your approach. I would say be very Virgo in your approach, analyze, and if you're not getting any answers, then focus on something else and not with feeling that you have to do things over this solar transit. Libra, the eclipse is in the second house, and Sun is also in your second house, the solar eclipse on 14th of December. Ketu is in your second house. So finances, savings. Now, Sun usually would be okay going into the second house. It's your 11th lord going into the second house with money. But Ketu is not at all interested in financial things. And of course, in your case, the eclipses are happening in second and 8th house. Second house is your money. 8th house is your spouse or partner's monies. So there's some money issues that are coming up, and especially to watch out for 12th of December and 14th with the eclipse. 12th is Sun Ketu, 14th is the eclipse, those 2 days, and also the 30th November lunar eclipse. So the Sun is, I would say again, not to take any risky decisions regarding your financial security, regarding your financial, decisions, and allow this month to pass before making any decisions. Sometimes, it is like that we are not having that positive energy, and avoiding or just being calm during that time is very useful because it has long-term good effects. Scorpio, of course, the eclipse is in Scorpio. So you yourself are going through some change, some difference. And, when the eclipse is in your ascendant or with the moon sign, that means that is a time of transformation. Nothing will happen on the 14th itself. It could be sometimes, that before that things are happening, after that. Now, Sun for you rules your 10th house of career. And, usually Sun in Scorpio is very good professionally. And eclipses can also throw up opportunities. It's not that they're taking away all opportunities. The main idea that we are being careful around the eclipse time and is that we are not sure of what is coming up. So we wait till after the eclipse to make a decision, after the Sun leaves a Scorpio, and and relationships. Those are the areas where eclipses are happening. And watch my eclipse video, which is going to follow soon. Sagittarius, eclipse Sun is in the 12th house. Sun is a very good planet for you, and this transit is usually not the best one for you because 12th house is house of expenses, loss. And the eclipse is taking place also. So if you, an expense can become out of control. So the best thing that you can do is that you are taking care of what you are spending, whether it's emotionally, whether it's financially, whether it's by effort. Think that the results are not in your hand. And especially money, keep a tight control over it, and you'll be thankful as soon as the Sun is out of this Scorpio. Then it goes into Sagittarius, and it's a much easier energy for you. Capricorn, the Sun is in the 11th house, and normally 11th house is good money, finances. Now for Capricorn, as you are aware, especially if you're Capricorn moon, you are in the intense part of Saraswati. If you're Capricorn ascendant, also Saturn is both helping and hindering at the same time. So that itself is saying for you to be cautious. And then Sun in the 11th house of finances, earnings, things, and the eclipse is taking place. So this is not a time to ask for a rise. If it comes, it's fine. Sometimes, you get big opportunities during eclipses, but less is more. Don't try to, force any issue during this time. And especially watch out for the 14th of December, 12th of December with the Sun-Ketu conjunction. Aquarius, Sun is in your 10th house. Usually 10th house is good always. This is a transit good professionally for you. But Ketu is waiting there. So Ketu is kind of wanting something different, and you feel like rejecting things and letting go. And then the Sun is there, and Sun is saying, oh, I want something. And then Sun, they are clashing, and there's an eclipse. So there may be some changes that are taking place. The thing with the eclipse in your 10th house is you won't know immediately what are those changes. But it is 4th and 10th house eclipses at this stage. 4th house is home, but the Sun is in the 10th house. So the solar eclipse on 14, the Sun-Ketu conjunction, to watch out for them and not to make any decisions. I think that is the key factor during eclipse time. There's a 1 month or 15 days when the lunar eclipse and solar eclipse are there. That's not the time to make any changes. So I would say that is important. And Pisces, the Sun is in the 9th house. 9th house is the house of the guru, the advisor, knowledge. Ketu is also there. Actually, Ketu is co-ruler of Scorpio, and it is also the exalted in Scorpio. But because the eclipse is there, I would say watch your health as well and be careful about advice you're getting with the eclipse energy, and generally unsettled aspect. And Sun also is the 6th house ruler in the 9th house. So maybe there can be some argument with people advising you or your father, because it also represents the father. So I think that, when we are looking at Sun in Scorpio, it is important to understand that even though Sun is strong and can be stubborn, for all of you, it is, you have to understand that this is the eclipse month. So things are volatile and unsettled. And therefore, if you are able to calm yourself down and be very conscious of how the energies are manifesting, that will be the best remedy for it. All the best. Thank you very much. Do remember to subscribe.